So today I want to talk to you about the Youth Build grant, the Jobs Plus grant, and the Ross Service Coordinator grant. So I'm going to talk to you about the Ross Service Coordinator grant first. And so the Ross Service Coordinator grant, the purpose of the grant is to award awardees funding to hire a service coordinator. So a service coordinator is similar to an FSS coordinator, resident service coordinator, and what that person does is work with the residents in your public housing and Section 8 housing, link them to supportive services that they need so that they can achieve economic and social self-sufficiency. So ideally, this person is supposed to work with the residents, identify their life's goals, whatever they may be, educationally, employment-wise, even life goals, and help them to overcome the barriers that would prevent them from achieving those goals. So HUD will give the applicants, the awardees, money to fund this position so that this position can help the residents. The eligible applicants for this grant, there are 4 eligible applicant types. And you can be very strategic with the applicant types, like you can mismatch because they have priority areas for this grant. So sometimes you want to structure your application in a certain way where you get the priority. So you can be a public housing authority and apply for this grant. You can be a tribally designated housing entity. You can be a resident association, or you can be a nonprofit that applies on behalf of a housing authority, a tribe, or a resident association. So a nonprofit cannot just apply, well, I should say a nonprofit with a 501c3. You can't just be state recognized. You have to be recognized by the IRS. And so this, the nonprofit can apply with the support of one of the first three. The priority funding here is resident association. They want to empower resident associations more because why? Who makes up a resident association? Residents. And HUD wants residents to be more active in their own communities. What better way to do that than to fund them? Give them money so that they can help themselves and help the other residents. So resident association actually gets priority funding. Resident associations get funded first. They get the first 25% of the money. And if they don't even have enough for the first 25, they get put back in the pool for the remaining 75 because they want to fund them so bad. So strategically, what you can do is partner with the resident association. They're the lead applicant, you're the whatever type, and then you will get priority funding. So you can be strategic. Well, you can get priority funding if you do everything else right, considering that you do everything right in your application. So how much money will the Ross Service Coordinator funding give you? So it depends actually on the amount of units that you serve. If you're a resident association, you really only qualify for 1 service coordinator and you're maxed out at that. You can't apply for more than 1, even if your development has a lot of units, which probably could enable you to get up to 3 positions, but you can't do that. So what you can do strategically is, per development, each development can have their own resident association, and each resident association can go in and apply. So you can do it that way. But if you're a PHA tribally designated housing entity, if you're between 50 and 1,000 units, you only qualify for 1 Ross Service Coordinator position, and you can get a maximum of $239,250 for 3 years. This is a 3-year grant. And this is one of the reasons why Ross is so great, is because you have guaranteed funding, because Congress will have already allocated that amount in their budget for the next 3 years. So for sure you have that program for the next 3 years. Unlike, say, the FSS, every year you have to go for it, right? So the nature of the beast there. To To qualify for 2 positions, you have to have over 1,000 units, up to 2,500 units, and you qualify for 2 positions, 478,500. It just doubles each time. And then if you have more than 2,501, 2,500 or more units, then you qualify for 717,750. So how is this really broken down, right? So they will allow you salaries, training and travel, and administrative costs. That is all the ROS pays for this service coordinator. They want to make sure that this service coordinator is so successful in his or her role so that he or she can assist the residents to the maximum capacity. So this service coordinator can get an annual salary, which includes fringe benefits of up to $70,000. So if you're a ROS service coordinator, find out where your $70,000 is. But I must tell you though, that it's based on the market comparatively, right? So it's based on what your position is for your area. Because remember, this is nationwide, so you have the California people, the New York people who in their area, it's very, very expensive. So if you're in middle America, a little town, maybe you wouldn't get the 70, but you should get what you deserve, which is your market's comparability. So it's up to 70,000 plus salary and fringe benefits. So when you're looking at your comms for your area, get the highest comms that you can find and submit it with your application. You can also do training and travel, 2,500. That would include these kinds of conferences. You have 2,500 for that. You can go to community colleges and get certification courses. The Housing Authority has certification courses that they have for their staff there. You have 2,500 per year that's allocated for this grant to fund your education, right? So take full advantage of that. 10% is administrative costs and it's 10% of the salaries. And administrative costs is anything that the service coordinator needs, right? Her desk, her table, or files, or supplies, all of that stuff. And the service coordinator can actually spend some of that money on supportive services. So a speaker coming in during career day, little things that she needs for career day. A resident may need transportation because they have a job interview. You could help them to pay for their transportation, a bus pass or a Uber or something like that, and some other type of supportive services. These are a little limited, but you can use the administrative costs for some supportive services. But mainly it's just for the service coordinator's like office to make sure that she or he has all the things that they need for success. So this is some of our successes because we work so hard on grants. Grant writing is not sexy. It can be a little boring. So when you get that win, we just lavish in that time because that's like the big payoff, and we just soak that up as much as we can because when that's over, it's back to the dreary again. The writing, the endless paperwork, the certification, the documents, all that long narrative talking about stats, it's not sexy. So when you have the successes, you definitely want to share that with the entity that you've won the money for, and for yourself too as a booster. So this is Warner Robins Housing Authority. You can see there Warner Robins Housing Authority Resident Council and Warner Robins Housing Authority. We had them partner with their resident association to get priority. So we were strategic with them. This is East Chicago Housing Authority in Indiana. They won $212,000. This is Harvard Grace Housing Authority. Again, you can see we had them partner with their resident association to get priority funding. And then this is Cumberland Plateau Regional Housing Authority in Virginia. They also, we were able to secure funding for them, which we were very happy about. This was supposed to be a video, but we were having some technical difficulties, so Like I said, I lavish in the wind, so I'll call clients, and because I see the award announcement before they do, so I'll call them, guess what, I have some news for you. You won, oh my God! And you know, it's been great excitement. So I wanted to share that call with you.